Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys have ever heard of the phrase, what you resist persist. But basically, what that means is that anything that is happening inside of your external reality, when you are resisting it, which basically means when you become frustrated or angry or have any like lower negative emotions towards a situation that is happening inside of your reality, that is you resisting it, thus it persisting inside of your external reality. So last night I was thinking about this a little bit, and I had a bit of a realization around that phrase because for a long time I didn't understand what people meant by it, like what you resist persist, because like to me, at the end of the day, like if something is happening around me and it's making me mad and it's something that I don't want to happen, how am I supposed to ignore it? How am I supposed to just allow it to happen? So, what it basically, the key to the whole what you resist persists, like the key to not resisting is to not give it any emotional energy. The key is to become completely indifferent to the situation because you understand that what is happening inside of your 3D reality, so the physical world, what's happening inside of this world is not true. It merely is a reflection of you and your emotional state and your frequency. So if you are saying, hey, I want to exist on a higher plane or higher dimension or higher frequency, then when your external reality is trying to reflect a lower frequency towards you, you cannot have an emotional reaction to it because you know that inside of the 4D being inside of your third eye, inside of your mental reality, your imagination, whatever it is that you want to call it, you understand that inside of that reality, that that situation would not happen. So you carry yourself emotionally as if that 3D situation is not happening at all. So here is an example. So let's say that you have coworkers that are catty, they're mean, you get really frustrated when you work with them because they just are not good people. Um, let's say that you have like just a really toxic, negative work environment. So you're like, you know what? This is not the work environment that I want to work in. The type of work environment that I know that I want to work in is one that is collaborative, where we all enjoy each other, me and my coworkers like each other, all of these awesome and great things. So, in your mind, you know that when you experience work and when you go to work, you have such a happy and collaborative work environment that you have a high vibration when you are inside of work. And let's say you go to work and you're just in a positive mood, and you know that in the 4D, that is the experience that you would have. So let's say you go to work and your coworkers are doing exactly what they've always done. And what is basically happening is your reality is trying to trigger in you a negative emotion, a lower frequency emotion, so that you can reaffirm its existence and reaffirm, like, yes, this is a reflection of my emotional state. That is a reflection of the frequency that I'm operating on. So what it's looking for is for you to affirm its existence. So what you're going to do is not affirm it at all. You're going to carry yourself emotionally as if you are operating and you are living inside of that 4D reality where it is positive. That does not mean that you are dapping everybody up and you're giving everybody hugs. That does not mean that you have to take a particular action. So I think that's the other thing that people get a little bit frustrated about, is because they want to react in a particular way. They feel like, or we feel like, that if I want to operate at a higher frequency, then I need to be, interacting with my coworkers the way that I would be interacting with the coworkers in my 4D. And that's not true, because what could happen is, let's say that you're inside of this toxic work environment and you personally feel like, you know what, in order for me to operate as if I'm living inside of my 4D reality where I have coworkers that I like, I need to pretend like I like these people. What that could trigger inside of emotionally for you is additional lower frequency emotions from that. You could start to feel frustrated with yourself. You could start to feel, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but you could start to get like really irritated with yourself because you feel like you're pretending to be a particular person that, like, look, I don't like these people. Why am I doing this? And then you start to continue to operate at a lower frequency anyway. So it doesn't mean that you have to take any particular action. You don't have to start hugging people or anything like that. The only thing that you have to do is carry yourself emotionally as if you are operating inside of your 4D world, and you become completely indifferent to the actions and to the situations that are happening inside of your 3D world. That is how you get to a place where you're not resisting, and you start to see that your 3D reality begins to shift. You start to see things shifting in a way that the world is starting to reflect where you are emotionally, which is on a higher frequency than what you had been experiencing before. So that's what people mean when they say what you resist persists. Um, so yeah, just wanted to basically talk through a little bit what I was personally thinking about last night. Let me know in the comments if you have any experiences or opinions about that topic.